tune. It's Scro. It's your big man on the block, Scro. Recently I put out a song with Venus as a boy and it got onto a freaking Spotify editorial. Huge moves for independent guys like us. No manager or label or whatever pitching it to anyone. Literally just boom, someone picked it up and thought it was cool enough. And for a little bit there, we were number 4 right next to
Break-ins.
So because we only got onto that playlist because of how fire our music is, I thought it would be appropriate to put together a video of exactly how we made that song, start to finish. So you could do the same thing and also place onto the esteemed editorial playlist. So 4 things you need. Number 1, you need some guitar. You need some sick Midwest twinkly guitar stuff. Number 2, you need a cool piano sampling, resampling riff, I guess. You'll see how he made that. Number 3, you're gonna need some sick drums and an 808. And then number 4, you're gonna need some vocals. You need to sing on that. It's gonna be some cool effects. One little warning is that the first couple of minutes of this are out of pitch. No, out of key. They're out of focus is what I meant to say, because I am an idiot and we were recording and I didn't pull focus. So whatever, I animated our faces to make up for it. Looks so weird, but whatever. How to make music for an editorial playlist. Let's freaking go.
I wanted to make something with ukulele, but I don't really know how to play it. So I just went with this. Turned it into this.
We're here.
We're here.
This is the first time we've recorded this video.
You see, I'm never trying to.
Yeah, this shit is crazy.
So you can see it's like super edited. I did not play that, and there's a part of me, you know, as a guitarist, it's like, you didn't even play that, you're a producer. Becoming more of like a producer, I'm just like, it sounds so sick.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are octaves of each other. This is the same lick, but one's an octave higher. This is a dry guitar. This is my Ibanez RG7421. On the guitars themselves, there's no processing, but I have them in a bus, and then I have OTT. This is a formant shifter, and it's shifting it higher, but I mixed it in a little bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is that's an actual line that I played. It's like a major pentatonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just doing that super fast. It kind of is silly to do that. And that's why I did it. I was like, this is really dumb to do that. These are like in the moment fills that like as the groove was progressing, I was just like, oh, it would be cool if there was this little like part in there. And I just, yeah. So that's like an actual line that I played. They're all just harmonized a third up. And these are all, I think these are one-shot harmonics that you can see I just edited them again left and right. I don't even think those are really harmonies, it's just like random notes happening. Yeah, that's like the frickin' riff, so for the chorus. The chord progression is different in the verse, C major, and then E minor. In the chorus, C major, and then G major. So I actually changed that one chord to fit your thing that you sent me, I think.
G major and E minor, they were like almost the same.
Yeah, they're like basically the same. It was kind of a weird decision for me to make because I used to just making things like super sad. Like I just like making sad stuff. So like C major to E minor, that's like sad boy vibe 100%. So to go from C major to G major, I was like, this is really pop sounding. I don't know if that's like the direction I want to go in, but I just did it and it sounded good. Especially since it's a collab, it's like, well, that's what Theo did and it sounded great. So like, who am I to judge? You know, like,
that's right.
yeah, exactly. There's this other guitar lick. It's a little bit extra in the song to have this extra guitar. I think I was thinking, like, dude, I gotta do more cool guitar stuff. I gotta let it be known that I'm like a sick-ass guitarist. They're just compressed super hard. And that's it. Like,
You see, I'm never trying to.
This is what I sent Scro. The first thing that I had done was I believe I played this on the Labs piano.
Oh, you
what
sampled your own audio like that?
Yeah.
You had one-shot chords and you just...
Yeah, exactly.
I ended up doing that even more with the...
Oh, really?
Like, sampling that even more, I think.
Oh, cool.
Like, different rhythms.
So I had that, and then I chopped it up and, like, made it... One of them is just, like, pitched up an octave.
Yeah,
I
what's
mess
with these
fades.
edits?
Yeah, so I mess with the fades to, like, give it a little bit more rhythm and, like, character and, like, flowing in and out.
It's almost articulated, like, naturally rhythmic. Like,
Yeah.
the way you did it. But you just did it manually. Like, you
Yeah,
it looks like you were just like, oh, this, like, one partial there needs to, like, move a little bit longer.
The erosion and then some EQ. And then the amp again. So same thing as I threw 3 transient masters on it. So I'll put them on one at a time. And then...
Whoa.
And then... Just hang out with this one friend of mine, and he would just like duplicate like OTT like 100 times. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And then some saturation. And this saturation, I literally just like looked up saturator. It's the default settings. I just hit the soft clip button. You can see it's like doing a little bit.
Yeah.
Very little. And yeah, that's how I made that sound.
Wow. I didn't know it came just from a piano. I thought it was like a synthesizer and you put an LFO on it.
When I went back to work on this song and I looked at that, I was also like, what?
Why did I do that?
Piano. The other sound that I have is this ukulele sound that I got from my girlfriend. Like chopped it up and made it like more of a rhythmic thing.
Is it always a B, like even if the chord changes?
Yeah. And then the same 3 transient masters. And then just to give it a little bit of room, I just put this reverb on it. Just to give it some space. That's it. That's basically the entire synth thing that I sent.
That's crazy.
Scro, yeah.
It's not even a synth thing.
It's not even a synth thing. The next bit of stuff that I sent Scro that he used. So this is the original patch that I had. It's a massive patch.
When I first met you, you were using Massive a lot.
Oh yeah, I
You
was
said
using
you-
Massive constantly. I
Okay.
haven't used it in so long. Because making sounds in this way is like kind of tedious. I think it's really fun to like sample something and turn it into an instrument. That's why I do things like I'll make a sound and then I'll bounce it into audio so it feels like I'm working with audio. You can kind of see all the little things that I did. A reverb and that's it. So I played this thing on here. Then after I played it, I pitched it down. So it sounds like that.
That's crazy how pitching something down is a completely different tone than just playing an octave down.
And then erosion again. And then this sound here, one of my favorite sounds, another massive patch. I used to know how to use massive, so I like, stopped using it. But
So you made these?
yeah, I made these. And then this air reverb thing.
I edit your synth a little bit different. Like I make it stop sometimes. I like stretched it right there. Like the same thing you were doing, sampling your own piano. I just like did it even more after that. This is John Casey, 808 Toad. It's got like so much.
Whoa.
Like
It has like a bunch of cool overtones.
yeah, it sounds like it's got like a guttural like,
Yeah.
vocal quality to it. And then I saturated it. And then it's a side chain. And I just do all my side chaining manually. I'll get like a shape that I like, and then I'll just like every time there's a kick, I'll just do
Oh,
that.
whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, I do that because, I mean, first of all, I feel like you have way more control over this shape. Like you can make it look, I mean, you can do that with an LFO too as well. If you're literally side chaining it to the kick and using your kick as the trigger, what if you wanted to side chain when there isn't a kick drum? Or what if you want there to be a kick drum with no side chain?
Oh, interesting.
So I can just be like, oh, I don't want it to side chain there. Yeah, and that's like the beat. Oh shit.
So this snare that is here, and then there's also this one.
Oh, I wonder if that's in the stems that I use. I don't think so.
Oh, maybe.
I think I got one snare. I was like, that's the one I'm gonna use. My bad.
So these are just some snares that I made in some other songs. I was like trying to get more into like the hyper pop stuff, and I ended up with these snares that I really liked, and I still use them like so much. There's this kick that I was trying to recreate the kick from this song. That kick sounds so good. I don't know how I did. It's not as nice as Flying Lotus.
Sounds awesome though. So that's a kick that you made, and you just like
Trying it.
That's funny because the kick in my session I just got from someone on Discord.
Yeah.
That's the kick I use from now on. But he remade it after trying to sound like Jared.
Jared, yeah.
So I did double my own kick drum.
Oh, you put delay on your kick?
Dude, I put a delay on
What?
my kick. I have never done that ever. So the sample, I actually got the sample from someone in a Discord. It's called Jaren Kick. And then I have a delay on my freaking kick drum. And there's not even like a low pass on the delay or anything.
Yeah,
this is like,
crazy.
you're not allowed to do that. And I think I did it on accident. I don't know what made me want to do that. Something about the groove, wanting it to be more dynamic. I have this hi-hat and I always take my hi-hats and pitch them down an octave. So like, normally it would be like that and it sounds like a trap hat, you know, but I like pitching it down an octave and it sounds like kind of evil, I guess. So I added my own snare on top of that too. And I added, that's
a cool snare.
I think this is off Splice, and I cut it off, so it kind of has like that unnatural cut on it. And you notice the second time I cut it even shorter. I do this thing a lot where I'll just be like, oh, maybe like that small, and then I'll just duplicate it. I'll be like okay.
That's crazy. It gives you a different tone when you do it different.
Yeah, if you do it quick enough, you're like messing with the frequency of it, so you could change the length of it.
Whoa,
and it almost, like,
that's wild.
Changes the pitch. Now you can like really hear the sample one at a time. There's some other like percussive stuff. So something from Splice, and I put an LFO on it. Just like that. I don't know what this is. In like EDM communities, they call them when you just make a bunch of sounds. Hog pile or something stupid like that. I've just made sounds. I don't even know how I make them. You know, just like sample stuff, resample it, add a bunch of effects. Yeah, this has no processing on it. This is just a straight sample I made. I think it's a bunch of white noise with an LFO, and it's also panning.
Oh, that's crazy. It sounds like claps.
I could not tell you what it is. So I used Samson CO2, which is like
crazy.
A $60 mic. You
Yeah.
actually have to buy 2 of them for $120 because I think they're actually drum overhead mics. In my setup at my place, I put a microphone on a stand right here, and then I put a blanket over my whole setup like this, like over the computer and everything, and then it like made it really dead. Oh frick, I'm scared to show my raw vocals. I'm just a little too quiet on my own. I'm scared I'll never know where. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm using Metatune, and then this is like the real processing.
You see, I'm never tryna go there.
Virtual mix rack. There's
You see, I'm
it's
never
like the
tryna go
saturator.
there.
This is a compressor.
You see, I'm never tryna go.
That's another compressor. It's like
You
a
see,
little
I'm
bit of
never.
EQ. That on its
You
own
see,
like
I'm never
doesn't
tryna go.
really sound that good, you know. So I'm layering my vocals a lot, which is like part of the production. Like I'm not really that good of a singer. And I've got these harmonies.
You see, I'm never tryna go there.
Oh, sick.
You see, I'm never tryna go there.
Falsetto,
You see, I'm never tryna
which
go
sounds
there.
super silly on its own.
My falsetto doesn't sound much better.
To me, I do it as a textural thing.
Word.
Like singing like that doesn't sound that good. It gives it that like high-end presence.
You see, I'm never tryna go there.
I also have this weird.
You see, I'm never tryna go.
You see, I'm never tryna go.
So I sang it super low octave.
Just a little too.
That's not so sick. And then I have all those in a bus and
You see, I'm
compressing
never
that
tryna go
all together
there.
with a de-esser
I'm just a little
and
too
fresh
quiet on
air.
my.
Notice like a lot of times throughout the song, the formant shifter is like.
See, I'm never tryna go there.
I'm just sort of like manually.
I'm just a little too quiet on my own. I'm scared I'll never know where. You see, I'm.
And then the last sound that Scro used is this right here. I did this to the transposition.
It goes up for some reason.
I don't know why it goes up. It sounds really cool, but I have no idea, and it sounds sick. And yeah,
That's it.
that's it. That's it. What is the LUFS of this project?
Yeah.
Do you pay attention to that stuff?
Oh, for sure. I try to get it to -6.
-6 LUFS?
Yeah.
That's like hella loud.
That's super loud, but that's like what EDM guys are doing. They're hitting like -1.
Yo, that's
Shit.
that makes me feel better about myself, cause all my songs are at like -6, -7.
Oh, good.
And I'm always like, fuck, it needs to be at -14.
What?
But
no one does
no.
anything at
Yeah,
-14.
yeah.
It's all at least -8.
Yeah, I
-7,
noticed that when I
-6.
stopped paying attention to that and just let it be, it sounds better on Spotify. Whoa, you're
My
the
threshold?
that I've never.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
But okay, the thing is, I mix super quiet. This is my mix. It's barely hitting 0.
Well, that's good for me to know. So you can still get onto anti-pop editorial playlists and have your mastering not look like what people tell you at all.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I like hang around like EDM dudes. They're like going to -4, -3. And I'm insecure that I'm not hitting loud enough. When I go on Spotify and you listen to playlists, a song that you make comes up and it's not as loud, you're instantly like, dude, this shit isn't good because it's not as loud. Is that it?
I think so. You just did the vocals, right? There's nothing else.
Yeah.
As far as I know. I mean, I didn't make the song.
I think that's it. Bye.
You see, I'm never trying to go there.